Right now I am with Julie Ratner, who is the founder of the Ellen Hermanson Foundation. And she started this foundation with her sister, Emily. She co-founded it because her younger sister had died of breast cancer at the age of 42. So this is so exciting for you. I know it's like a bittersweet thing. Does it bring back the memory of your sister when this night comes?
The truth is I never forget about her for a moment. A day doesn't go by that I don't think about her.
That's so wonderful.
It's bittersweet because all this activity, all this energy, and she's not here.
Right?
Well, she's always right here.
Yeah.
She's in my heart.
Yeah. So you have done so much work raising funds so that detection of breast cancer can be helped, research can be helped. So how does that make you feel?
If we help people, it makes me feel great. It makes me feel that we're carrying on Ellen's legacy, and it's all about access to care. We think access to health care is a human right, and that's part of our mission, which is to ensure access to state-of-the-art breast health care, regardless of a woman's ability to pay.
Now, are you affiliated with Stony Brook Hospital?
We're not affiliated. We have this foundation and we work collaboratively to make sure that the Ellen Hermanson Breast Center is always state-of-the-art.
Yes. So now, did breast cancer run in your family?
Yes, it does. And my sister actually has the BRCA gene.
She does.
She did, I should say.
She did. Okay, so now you were probably very keen on getting your own mammograms and get it tested,
Always.
right?
Always. Your knowledge is power. Early detection saves lives. And because we knew that Ellen had the BRCA gene, my daughters and I have all had genetic testing.
Yes. Now also, don't you feel that mammographies, in a lot of cases, is not enough for people that have dense breasts?
I'm not the doctor, but I know from what I've read that mammography, especially three-dimensional mammography, and followed with a sonogram, is what is considered state of care.
Yeah. So now, tell me, how many years has this been going on?
This is our 29th year.
29th year, so next year is going to be the really big one.
Every year is big. Every year is a challenge to raise more money, to help more women, and to help people appreciate what we do and be part of our family. And to, by supporting us, we're really supporting access to health care on the East End for all women.
How many people are expected tonight?
About 225.
225, that's a nice number. Yes, it is. Well, congratulations to you. I'm so glad that you're doing this for women, for breast cancer, not just survivors, but the thrivers, the one that come through it on the other side.
You are so right. Thank you. Thank you, Helen.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, if we could have your attention, our program is beginning. If you're standing, please take your seats. And welcome to the Ellen Hermanson Foundation Summer Gala. Welcome. Yes. My name is Lucas Hunt. I'm your host and facilitator of Giving. You'll hear from me later. But right now, if you could bring your voices down. It's my pleasure to introduce Jean Shafiroff, whose name is synonymous with philanthropy, if you don't know that. We're thrilled to have her back as our Gala Chair again. No one orchestrates more vibrant, more successful events than Jean. She's an author, an advocate for women's rights, underserved populations, healthcare, and animal welfare. She serves on numerous boards. She's also the host of Successful Living on LTV. Please welcome to the stage, Jean Shafiroff.
Thank you, and good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Ellen Hermanson Gala, where we will be honoring the wonderful New York State Assemblywoman Rebecca Seawright and Dr. Fred Weinbaum of Stony Brook Southampton Hospital. Tonight we are here to celebrate Ellen Hermanson Foundation and fabulous Julie Ratner. In 1996, Julie Ratner founded this charity with her sister Emily in honor of their sister Ellen Hermanson, who passed away at a very young age of breast cancer. As a result, she started this charity, and she has done something that most people don't do, and that is that she's helped thousands and thousands of women and some men who suffer from breast cancer. She has enabled them to get early mammograms. She's enabled them to do health care and important things for their situation and to get better and to get stronger. Julie Ratner is a hero. She is a fantastic woman. We all love her. We all respect her. And we honor her every day of the year for her goodness. I want to acknowledge a few people here. Former Congresswoman Carolyn Maloney, where are you? Of course, New York State Assemblywoman Rebecca Seawright, and I'm not sure what other public officials are here. And I want to acknowledge the board. The Ellen Hermanson Foundation has a very devoted board of women and men. And this group of people, they work tirelessly for the cause. And I want to acknowledge all the volunteers. Wherever you are in the room, thank you so very much. I want to acknowledge the executive director, and I want to acknowledge all of you for your support, because without your support, the incredibly important work of the Ellen Hermanson Foundation would never happen. And on that note, I'd like to introduce the wonderful and incredible Julie Ratner, founder of the Ellen Hermanson Foundation.
Hi, everyone. I like to put my remarks here because I'm always nervous about forgetting something. So I want to thank you, every one of you in the room tonight, for choosing to spend your Saturday night with us. Because really, without you, there would be no party. When my late sister, Emily Levin, and I started the foundation, we had no idea that it would become all that it has become. Our goal was to honor Ellen and carry on her legacy. And now I actually carry on the legacy of both my sisters. And now for my official thank yous, even though Jean was so eloquent, I feel like I want to thank everyone also. And so to all our sponsors and friends, a huge thank you. There are monitors around that have all your names and what everyone has donated, because if I go through it, we'll be here all night. So please look at the monitors. And to Claire Clemens, Christopher Robbins, the whole crew at the Bridgehampton Tennis and Surf Club, it has been a joy working with you to create this event. To Sarah Blue, a giant hug for the Herculean job you have done. Especially your concern for our volunteers, whom we all thank. To our event coordinator, Lindsay Higgins, for taking on the run of show. And to the board of the Ellen Hermanson Foundation, Ian Chardulo, our vice chair, Kathy Tweedy, the secretary, Melissa Cohen, our treasurer. Yes, Dee Rivera, Hope Langer, Amanda Fraser, Connie Chen, Jim Levin, Hugo Moreno, and Eileen Rappaport. You truly are the wind beneath the wings of this foundation. And please, everyone, if you haven't met Mady Schumann, she is here tonight, and she's our new executive director. So I am often asked, even after all these years, who is Ellen, or who was Ellen? So I'm going to tell you. As a girl, Ellen was feisty, curious, pensive, fun, and loving. By the way, she was the perfect younger sister who never got me in trouble with our parents. And she was very good that way. Ellen was a brilliant student. Ellen attended Connecticut College, graduate school at the Mid-East Institute of Columbia, and journalism school at NYU. And this is very important because there at NYU, she met a tall, handsome man named Hugo Moreno. They married, and a few years later, they had their beautiful daughter, Leora, which is Hebrew for my light. Ellen was gloriously happy. Life was perfect, except it wasn't. Ellen was having a problem with one of her breasts, and Leora wasn't nursing on it. February 1989, Ellen had a biopsy. She was assured it would all be fine. It wasn't. Ellen had breast cancer. 20 out of 20 nodes were positive, stage 4, 36 years old. And the beginning of an extraordinary journey. For 6 years, Ellen lived with a disease that encroached on her life, sapping her strength and energy, but not her devotion to her daughter or commitment to advocating for women about the importance of breast health. Ellen was treated by Dr. Larry Norton with the latest drugs and chemotherapy, each time with the hope that this drug would work, only it never did. During these years, Ellen became a member of the National Coalition of Cancer Survivorship and edited their newsletter. She became a member of SHARE and worked on their newsletter and programming. She became one of the 4 women founding members of the Jewish Healing Center and the founding executive director of Judges and Lawyers Breast Cancer Alert. Ellen was on a mission to give back. And tonight, we have the opportunity to be gift givers, to provide the gift of access to state-of-the-art breast health care to women, especially medically underserved women in our community. And as our guests this evening, 2 of our community partners are here. Bonnie Cannon from the Bridgehampton Child Care and Recreation Center, and Minerva Perez from OLA.
Right now I'm with Jodi Wasserman, and she's a breast cancer survivor and thriver, and she wants to tell a little bit about her story. Go ahead, Jodi, tell us.
All right, hello everybody. 17 years ago I lost a dear friend to metastatic breast cancer, and I was there every step of the way with her children. And after she passed, all I wanted to do was volunteer, thinking somebody always needs another person for support, other than family, other friends, and just somebody that could be 100%, take that mask off and be themselves. And I did not volunteer. And 5 months later, I was diagnosed with stage 2 breast cancer. And after I made a deal with the guy above that get me through this, my journey, and I promise I will give back. And I have given back. I'm a big volunteer with Ellen Hermanson Foundation at the Phillips Family Cancer Center. I'm an end-of-life doula, a patient navigator, and a certified Reiki. And I'm also what they call the ambassador of the East End for Cancer Hope Network, which is another tool that we use that people can call up. It's international, and they match you up with other clients, people that are going through, had your diagnosis, your treatment, your family life, and it's just wonderful.
Yeah.
And go ahead.
Jodi, I want to ask you, did you have a friend that stood by you?
I did. I had my husband. To be very honest, I was able to get through it. A dear friend's mother said to me, just remember, your cancer is your cancer. Don't listen to anybody else's war stories, and that helped.
That's right.
Yeah.
Because it's your journey. Everybody is different. Everybody's system's different.
Right.
Everybody's treatment is different.
Right.
Yeah, the circumstances in the world, the environment, there's so much that goes into it. I think the main thing is to really have a positive attitude.
That's the totally.
Yeah.
Totally. I always say you have 3 choices in life. You can give in, give up, or give it all you got.
That's perfect.
And that's what I choose to do. Give it all you got.
Give it all you got. Thank you so much, Jodi. So nice to meet you
Very
here.
nice to meet you. Take care. Thank you.
Right now I'm with Edyle O'Brien, and she is a social worker for the organization. So tell everybody, what are some of the things that come across your desk?
So
I usually have people who are either newly diagnosed or who've been dealing with cancer for a long time. And my privilege really is to be with them and their family, whoever needs help, because cancer doesn't happen to one person.
Let's tell everybody.
It happens to a family, it happens to friends, it happens to communities. And so the Ellen Hermanson Foundation has funded what I do since 2000. And nobody who's diagnosed with cancer is alone. We have, I will work with somebody individually, with couples, with families, and we also have support groups for people if they're newly diagnosed, if they're in treatment, if they're dealing with end-stage disease, whatever it is that a person needs throughout that journey of being diagnosed with cancer is what I am really so honored and so privileged to be doing since 2000. And the Ellen Hermanson Foundation offers these services free of charge.
That's nice.
Nobody has to pay anything for anything that they're going through. We try to make it as easy as possible to offer support.
Is this done in person or is it done like on the phone?
It's done in person, it's done on the phone, it's done on Zoom, whatever is easy. Sometimes somebody's in the hospital and they can't participate in a group, so we Zoom them in.
Oh, that's good.
So they can be, a part of the group.
Yeah.
And sometimes people can't travel because the weather is inclement.
Yeah.
So then we have a Zoom group.
That's good.
Sometimes people want to be in person, so then we do an in-person group.
Yeah.
So it's really tailored to what a person needs.
And do the people feel better, do you think?
Well, I'm going to say to you, when you find that you're not alone, that somebody is listening to what you're going through, and somebody is supporting you and joining you, the worst thing for anybody is to feel like you're alone. Like there's no one there, nobody who understands. And so that's the goal, How do we help people? Because none of us are living anybody else's lives. We're just giving them support so they can move on and do what they need to do.
And I think also they can bounce off, what am I going through right now? Oh, gee, you're going through that? Well, I did that 5 months ago.
Yes.
And you could do what you want, but this is what helped me,
So basically, people come together to receive support and to give support. And you just show up and you tell your story.
Yeah.
And you say what's worked for you, what's challenging, and people sharing stories, women sharing stories create a community.
Because I'm sure some of it is people having trouble with the way their families are dealing with it, because it's not an easy situation, because let's face it, you don't know how the story's going to end sometimes.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
So that in a nutshell is what it's
That's
all
so
about.
good. I'm glad to hear that, because like you said, the main thing is not to be alone.
Yes.
So, and there's
and to know that not only are you not alone, but what you're going through is normal and natural, and you're not crazy, and there's nothing wrong with you. And really at that point, how do you recognize how amazing it is for you to be dealing with what you're dealing with and doing what you're doing, so you can move on to whatever else is called of you.
Yes, and thank goodness that treatment has come a long way from years ago. So there's benefit to that, and a happiness knowing there is a rainbow on the end of all this.
Well, cancer is something that is never done. You're always looking over your shoulder. And the beauty is that you meet other people who are saying, yep, I know what that is. So even if your family and friends don't get it, you know that what you're going through is normal. So you have this community of people that you can turn to when you need it.
Beautiful. Right now I'm with Geralyne Lewandowski. So tell everybody how you were helped.
Actually, Edyle O'Brien. It was mainly in the support groups and the information and the sense of community that you develop through this organization, which, as everybody knows, is very key to healing, certainly from cancer.
Yeah.
Since then, because I was so grateful over the years, I have then sort of decided to give back by volunteering, and then more so, I've done several art events where we sell artwork, by various artists, and then the donations go to Ellen Hermanson. The last one we did was in April. It's a show I do every year at Ashua Hall called Art Groove. But I've also done shows at Hans van de Bovenkamp Studio where we've donated, and White Room Gallery in Bridgehampton. So I intend to continue to do that.
What kind of art do you do?
Well, personally, it's not even my art.
It's not.
But it is in some cases. It's whatever sells. But I have many great artists from in the Hamptons, from Stephanie Brody Lederman, Patton Miller, Hans.
Yeah, there's lots of talent here.
Yeah, so it's an assortment of artists. Everybody loves to support the cause, and I'm basically just the I just round everybody up and get it working.
So you must be very grateful to have survived all this time, right?
Absolutely. More than almost 30 years now, actually, because there was an issue before that. So it's been almost 30 years.
Now, the foundation also has a run. Can you tell me something about the run that they have?
Usually I'm not able to participate in that, other than I've helped put up signs and do things on the periphery.
Right.
But that'll be happening in August this year. It's every August.
And that's some kind of a virtual run, right? You don't even have to be there. You can run where you are, right?
Yes, you can.
I thought that was a good concept.
Yes, especially Hampton's traffic, is only getting worse, and so everybody wants to support it. But, sometimes it's not possible.
Yeah. Well, this is a beautiful event. Don't you think it's so lively?
Oh, this place is magical.
Yes.
It really is a magical evening.
Yeah. It's a beautiful venue. We're on the ocean.
Weather's perfect.
The weather is perfect. And we started out with a really rainy day. And this is the Bridgehampton Tennis and Beach Club. Well, thank you so much. It was so nice to meet you, and I'm glad that you feel so fulfilled doing your volunteer work. You're doing a good thing.
Thank you. You too.
I'm here with Congresswoman Carolyn Maloney, and she wants to tell everybody what her platform is, what's important to her, and what's important to women.
What I'm working on now as president of New York State Now and the ERA Coalition and ERA Now is to get women in the Constitution, to recognize the ERA, the Equal Rights Amendment, as the 28th Amendment to the Constitution. We've met all of the requirements of Article 5 of the Constitution, 2/3 vote of the House and Senate, 38 states ratified. So let's recognize it as ratified. We have a bill before Congress to do that. The Republicans have bogged it down, so we filed a motion to discharge. We have 214 signers. We need 4 more. We need 4 Republicans to help us, and we can get it to the floor for a vote this year to protect women's rights. Our rights should not be determined by who's in the White House or in the Senate or the Speaker of the House. It should be guaranteed in the Constitution, and that's what I'm working for. We need a safety net because of the Dobbs decision, the Chevron decision, all of these decisions that are rolling back women's rights. We need our rights bedrock protected in the Constitution. That's my platform. That's what I'm working on. Let's get it done together this year.
That's terrific. That is a terrific thing to do. It's about time.
It is about time. It's long overdue.
Women, it took so long for us to get the rights that we had, and now they try to take it away. I never really heard of such a thing.
Oh, read this platform 2025. It spells out that the Republicans want to take away Title IX, equality of treatment in sports and in education. Title VII, equality of treatment in employment. and obviously the Dobbs decision chipping away at a woman's right to choose. If we could get in the Constitution, our rights would be, it's our safety net. Our rights would be protected. Nothing protects the women like the Equal Rights Amendment.
That's terrific. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching Stage, Screen, and In Between with Helen.